Well, I actually like Mrs. I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat. And she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace. But no, I like Britney. I think Britney's great. Britney got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan. That's the one I like much better than Taylor Swift.
I'm not I'm not a huge fan. I have a bad trait. I only like people that like me.
Shortly before Taylor Swift went to the game, Trump made it very evident that he is not a Swiftie with a harsh message on social media. The current Republican nominee and former President Taylor Swift is someone I despise. Days after Taylor supported Democratic nominee Kamala Harris, she made this forceful statement. Why? I think we need a warrior to stand up for the rights and causes that she fights for. Perhaps the biggest error of Trump's political career has just been made. Donald has since gone on Truth Social to say that he despises Taylor Swift, having previously used an AI-generated photo of her to fabricate an account of how she backs him, and Swifties are not pleased about it, as you might expect. In fact, a lot of them are making Trump's life a living hell and are driving him insane. Everything you need to know is right here, but before we get started, please hit the like button so that I know you're still a loyal celeb culture channel. All right, let's get started. So let's go back to the debate night in order to truly understand the kind of trouble that Trump is actually in. Donald Trump, a former criminal on the verge of becoming one, is reeling from the debate, especially since the polls are closer than a billionaire's tax returns. What is the strategy then? An additional fundraiser, a comprehensive healthcare plan? Nope. Donald, being the moron that he is, has determined that getting into a brawl with Taylor Swift is the best course of action. Donald sent out a text on Truth Social that read, "I hate Taylor Swift" in all caps, expressing his feelings of betrayal at the pop star's endorsement of Kamala Harris with the dexterity of a late-night drunk texter. It makes sense now why Donald is feeling so helpless. After all, Swift is more than just a regular celebrity. Her 284 million Instagram followers attest to that. She is a pop culture icon and cultural force with enormous influence over the beliefs and viewpoints of her followers. Since Swift is now backing Harris, a large number of these fans are actually prepared to go out and support her. A group of Swifties revealed that, as a result of Donald Trump's most recent social media meltdown, they have raised $40,000 for Kamala Harris's campaign. Yes, the man who formerly attempted to portray himself as a business whiz is now the Democratic Party's top fundraiser in his spare time. As soon as we saw the post, we knew this was an opportunity, the group's communications team member Carly Long said. It's obvious that Trump has chosen the wrong opponents, and they are now committed to doing whatever it takes to prevent him from winning this election. I can see why he's going crazy. In just 2 months since they began their endeavors, this group of Taylor enthusiasts has earned over $27,000. That's no small amount. Their most recent fundraising call attracted 27,000 viewers and included appearances by senators who truly show up for work, as well as legends like Carole King, Ed Mary, Elizabeth Warren, and the Swifties aren't letting up. They have outreach events scheduled for swing states and even the remaining dates of the tour. Swifties for Kamala co-founder Irene Kim said it best when she said, "We're proof of the power Swifties have." In other words, avoid messing with the Swifties unless you're prepared for a smackdown down, which Donald has regrettably done. Swift's supporters are rallying for Harris right now, and Taylor isn't letting Donald's animosity break her. After he sent all of his MAGA clowns after her, Donald might have expected her to cower away, but Swift is standing tall and living her best life, which infuriates Trump even more. Following Donald Trump's declaration that he despises Taylor Swift, she was unfazed at her Bo Travis Kelce Chiefs game. That's the singer at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City during her man's game against the Cincinnati Bengals, sporting an oversized Chiefs t-shirt dress. Swift is choosing to keep quiet about Donald, but a lot of other celebrities have weighed in on the entire scandal. Let's just say that nearly all of them believe that Donald has erred greatly in pursuing the biggest pop star in the world.
I wanted to ask what you thought about that.
He hates Taylor Swift. I mean, that is an opinion that he will renege on, like all opinions. So yes, you can't really listen to that, unless he's was it a football related? Is he really concerned
No,
about?
I think it's just.
No, it's literally as basic a thought as you would imagine coming out of that man's face. Yes. Okay. All caps.
There's that all caps.
I am unsurprised. All caps! Exclamation mark.
John Oliver, in particular, is so sick of Donald that he can't help but believe that, like with everything else, Trump will simply change his mind. He's absolutely correct in that regard, but this time around, Swifties won't allow Donald to walk away with a victory. They're some of the most devoted followers on the internet, so even if Trump tries to act as though he never had a falling out with Taylor, I'm sure a ton of Swifties will be there to remind him that he can never count on her to ever gain unrealized fame and recognition. Jimmy Kimmel, too, had a lot to say about Trump's grave error.
This is a man who literally hours before this happened posted on Truth Social the words, "I hate Taylor Swift." Somebody sent this to me. I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, that can't be real. It was real. Which, I was thinking about it. I want to kind of go through and visualize the thought process that went into A, thinking this, B, writing this, and C, posting it.
Kimmel found it incomprehensible that Donald had not only considered writing this post, but also had the audacity to jot it down and click post throughout the entire ordeal. Donald never once considered the possibility that he might be offending the largest pop star in the world's fan base. However, if this weren't a wholly absurd or foolish move, it wouldn't be a Trump move, would it? To be honest, it's kind of satisfying to watch Trump repeatedly dig his own political grave while completely failing at anything. Not only did Harris thoroughly discredit him during the debate, but he has also been losing the backing of some of his Republican allies. Probably one of the most miserable political campaigns in history results from the fact that neither a major celebrity nor anyone with any actual influence wants him to win. Although MTG and Laura Loomer, two of Donald's legions of acolytes, will undoubtedly stand up for him until the end of time, I'm sure the majority of Americans can see clearly that this is a man who can no longer be taken seriously. Not after spending so much time being made fun of by the American legal system. Even more, Kimmel shared his theories about how Trump might have written the "I hate Taylor Swift" post.
I hate Taylor Swift. And then he whips out his little thumbs and he types, I hate Taylor Swift. And then somebody says, sir, do you think maybe? And he shoves that person to the ground, mashes the post button, and out it goes. I hate Taylor Swift. And then he puts on his little golf gloves and waddles off to the first hole. That's how I imagine it.
Jokes apart, Trump is not amused by his declining numbers, and some people may believe that Swifties' influence is a little bit exaggerated. The truth is, they are actually and distinctly influencing this election.
Yeah, what is the Swift effect? So, look, what do we know? Visitors to vote.gov due to Taylor Swift, who clicked on that link on her Instagram post. As of 2 p.m. yesterday, look how many folks clicked on that link. It was 338,000 folks. Now, not all those folks, obviously, are going to register to vote. But the bottom line is, this is a ton of folks who could be entering the electorate. Look, it's not necessarily something that's going to change the election if Donald Trump ends up winning by 2 or 3 points. But of course, the votes in these key battleground states are so tight that any help that you could get at all, this is a clear effect of folks going and getting interested to register to vote. You saw last night Taylor Swift again urging folks to go register to vote.
Therefore, Swift's endorsement of Harris may be more significant than most people think, and who knows, it may prove to be the decisive factor in our final victory over Donald. In any case, please remember to hit the bell icon and the like button if you like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about Trump going crazy after Swifties make his life a living hell.